Okay, amigas, here we are with the fourth video. I'm sorry it's taking so long, but well, it is what it is. Okay, now before I go back to the conjugation, I just want to mention that in the last video I said that there are some verbs that we do that are not pronominal, right? Like barrer, to sweep, trapear, to mop, viajar, to travel. Yeah, remember? Well, those are not pronominals because they don't have the se form. Yeah, you cannot say viajarse. Doesn't exist. So those verbs are not pronominal. But also the verbs that I listed in the column that are regular and irregular in the infinitive, even though I listed them in the list, they are not pronominal as well. Okay? I listed that those verbs there so you have the contrast, the infinitive and the reflexive. Yeah? Or the infinitive and the reciprocal in the examples. Yeah? But they are not pronominal. Like lavar, to wash, is not pronominal. I just gave you the example, the contrast with lavarse, but is not pronominal. The only pronominals are the ones that have the se form. Yeah? Like lavarse, we say, arrepentirse, comunicarse, irse. Yeah? All the verbs that end with se. Those are the pronominal ones. But I explained that the converted verbs, the reflexive verbs, and the reciprocals have another verb in the infinitive form that might mean the same thing or something different. Yeah? But they are not pronominal. The pronominals are only the ones that share the pronouns, the ingredient. Remember? And those verbs are the ones that end with se. Great. I just wanted to make sure that's clear. Alright. Something else is that I hope you're taking notes with these examples and with these exercises. Yeah? Take notes so you don't have to review the videos so many times because they are long. But if you want to review them, it's okay. It's good. So you can listen. Yeah? The pronunciation, and the more you listen, the more you learn, the more you remember. But if you don't want to listen to the videos again, then we'll take notes. Alright? Great. Now, one more thing that I want to say before I keep going with the conjugation is that I mentioned in the last video about the verb quitar. Right? Quitar, we say there are two different meanings. And one quitar is to remove, and another is to take away. Yeah? Quitar, to remove, quitar, to take away. Then we have the reflexive form quitarse, yeah, to take off something. Yeah. Now, then I mentioned that there is another form of quitarse, but it's not reflexive. Quitarse, the converted form, is to move away. Yeah, which in English, I don't know. Well, it might mean the same as quitar, to remove. Because you are removing yourself from a place, right? But you see the difference? Quitar, to remove, is just you remove something. And quitarse, to move away, even if you remove yourself, it's yourself, not something. Yeah? So that's why it's converted. Because it's yourself, but it's not an action that you do on yourself. You just do it. You just do an action. Yeah, that's why it's not reflexive. Or at least, in my understanding, it's not reflexive. Yeah? So then we have quitar, to remove. Oh, give me a minute because the battery of my computer is hold on. Is dying. Hold on. There you go. Now. Alright. Yeah? Okay, so we have, again, quitar, to remove, quitar, to take away, quitarse, reflexive, to take off, and quitarse, converted, to move away. Yeah? Great. Now, I gave you an example of not the reflexive, the quitar, to take away. I gave you the example of the thief, el ladrón, that took the purse of the lady. Remember? Now, I said, se la quita, ¿ya? El ladrón le quita la bolsa a la señora. The thief takes away, or in the past, I said it in the past. El ladrón le quitó la bolsa a la señora. Le quitó la bolsa a la señora. Now, if you use the indirect pronoun and the direct pronoun, it's se la quitó, because you're using the substitution, right? Then I say, how do you know, or how you don't confuse the se of the double substitution with the se reflexive? Yeah? How do you know the difference? Yeah? And I said, well, because the pronoun does not match the verb with the verb. But I did a mistake. Yes, it matched. Se, which in the reflexive form means el, quitó is the third person conjugation, so it matches. Yeah? So I said, how do you know the difference, or how do you know it's not a reflexive because of the conjugation? Well, I said something wrong. It's not, if you look at the conjugation and the pronoun me, you'll see that it matches. So it can be confused with reflexive. Now, so that's not how you know that if you're using a reflexive or not reflexive. Yeah? How you know the difference if you're talking about se la quitó, because you see here, se la quitó, it means the thief took away the purse from the lady, right? But also, if there is no more context, it can also be confused with reflexive. Se la quitó, he took away, he took off something of him, like se quitó la camisa. El niño se quitó la camisa. He took off his shirt. Se la quitó. Because la, it's a direct pronoun replacing la camisa. You see? Se la quitó, he taking away the purse of the lady, and here se la quitó means the boy taking off the shirt. So, how do you know? Well, if you don't know the context, you may get confused. Let's say we're in a scenario, right? And I'm talking about the thief. Now, if you are in the conversation, you will know that I'm talking about the thief taking away the purse from the lady. Se la quitó. You know, I'm talking about him taking away the purse from the lady. But if you just arrived and you didn't listen, or you were not listening what I was explaining, you might get confused with who? ¿Quién se la quitó? Yeah? So then you can ask the question, ¿quién? ¿Quién se la quitó? Who took off something? Then I will say, oh, no, el ladrón se la quitó, la bolsa a la señora. You see? We can get confused as well, but it's not that we get confused because of the verbs, we just don't know what happened. Alright, so you just ask the question, ¿qué or a quién? Yeah, and the person will tell you, oh, el ladrón, or oh, el niño se quitó la camisa. Yeah? Okay, that's one of the forms that you can know. Now, another form is that if you're practicing, for example, in writing, conjugating, when you conjugate the verb quitar, in the past, it will say like that, with the pronouns, yeah? Me la quitó. You see? Now here, me is yo, quitó does not match, because quitó is a conjugation in the third person. Now, you know that it's not a reflexive. Me la quitó. El ladrón me la quitó. Que mi bolsa. Yeah? Or a ti. Te la quitó. You see, now you know that it's not reflexive because it's not matching. Te is a ti. Quitó, conjugation in the third person pretérito. Yeah? Now, se la quitó, then now you know it's a double substitution. Yeah? Se la quitó, as you conjugate with the rest of the people. Okay? Then if you say nos, then it will say nos la quitó. Nos la quitó. You see, nos la quitó. Quitó does not match with nos. So it's not reflexive. Now you know they're talking about somebody taking away something from another person. Alright? Now of course you're not gonna do that in public, but you do as you practice conjugating the verb, so you know. Yeah? So you just practice. Great. Alright, now that I hope it's clear, or I hope that I explained it clear, I will move to the next one. The verb vestir. Well, vestir, to dress, but that to dress somebody, right? Like, visto a mi hija. Yeah? And vestirse, to dress oneself. Me visto. Me visto. En la mañana me visto rápido porque tengo que ir al trabajo. See? I dress myself fast because I have to walk to work. Yeah? Visto a mi hija todos los días. Now here you can use a direct pronoun because mi hija is the direct pronoun. Yeah? What do I dress? Mi hija. Then you can say la visto. La visto. Yeah? Oops. My earring again. Yeah? Yo la visto todos los días. But here in the reflexive form you will say me visto todos los días. Me visto todos los días. Yeah? Or you can say in the pathetic. En el carnaval me vestí de payaso. Yeah? I dressed myself in el carnaval as a clown. Me vestí de payaso. You see? Me vestí. Yo. Alright? Great. Let's move to preparar. Preparar, to prepare. That's a regular verb in the infinitive, then we have prepararse. Preparar. For example, yo preparo la comida. Yeah? Preparo la comida. Now here we have a direct object, la comida. You can use the direct pronoun. La preparo. La preparo. ¿Ya? Preparo la comida. ¿Qué preparas? La comida. La preparo. ¿Ya? Or la tarea. Or la clase. ¿Sí? Preparo la clase. La preparo. ¿Ya? Now, here, me preparo is a reflexive form. Yo me preparo para la fiesta. I get ready. Me preparo. ¿Ya? In English, maybe you don't say me preparo. Maybe you use I get ready. Yeah. Well, or I don't know. Maybe there is another form of saying that. But in Spanish, we say me preparo para la fiesta. Yeah. Me preparo myself para la fiesta. I do things on myself. I get ready to go to the party. Me preparo. ¿Sí? ¿Tú te preparas para Navidad? Do you prepare for Christmas? ¿Te preparas para Navidad? Yeah? Means, are you getting ready? Will you get ready? ¿Te preparas para Navidad? Yeah? Yo me preparo para el examen. ¿Ya? Me preparo para el examen. It's a reflexive. Me preparo. I study. Or I read. Or I repeat. ¿Ya? Me preparo. ¿Ya? And again, you can use it in the preterite, imperfecto, whatever time you want to use. Okay? Great. Now we have cansar and cansarse. To get tired. Yeah? Or to tire someone. Cansar is to tire someone, and cansarse is to get tired. Yeah? Oneself. Now, cansar, for example, mis hijos a veces me cansan mucho. Yeah? Mis hijos a veces me cansan mucho. Yeah? Now here I'm using me. Yeah? Me. But how do you know it's not the me reflexive? Mis hijos me cansan mucho. How do you know it's not the me reflexive? Yeah, because me and cansan, the conjugation does not match. You see, me, yo, cansan, ellos. That's not reflexive. Yeah? But what kind of pronoun would I use here? Well, what is me? What is me? Is it a direct or indirect pronoun? Well, we say it's not reflexive. Is it direct or indirect? Yes, it's a direct pronoun. Yeah? Because I am the direct object. The action, it's affecting me directly. So me is the direct pronoun. Ellos cansan que yo, a mí. ¿Qué cansan? A la mamá. Yeah? Remember, when we ask the question ¿qué?, it can be a thing or it can be a person. Yeah? Alright? Now, okay, me cansan. Yeah? Who is doing the action? Mis hijos. Yeah? What are they tiring? Me. Me cansan. Yeah? Now, that's the verb cansar. Or another example can be los niños, let's put it in a different way. Los niños cansan a la mamá. Yeah? Los niños cansan a la mamá. Yeah? Now, what kind of pronoun would that go? I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about la mamá. You see, if I talk about myself, I use me. Me cansan. Yeah? But if we are talking about a third person, singular, how would you replace the pronoun? That would be a direct pronoun. Yes, la cansan. Yeah? La mamá is the direct object. Los niños la cansan. Yeah? Los niños la cansan. Or for example, el esposo cansa a la esposa. La cansa o la cansó. Por eso se divorció. That's why she got divorced. Yeah? El esposo la cansó. Yeah? La cansó. ¿A quién? A la esposa. Because la esposa is the direct object. Yeah? Okay, now cansarse. To get tired. Cansarse. Yeah? We do something on ourselves that get us tired. Yeah? Cansarse. Me canso de trabajar mucho. Me canso. Oh, me canso. Yeah? Reflexive. Me canso. Yeah? Or if we do a lot of exercise, for example, or after the Zumba class. Yeah? Me cansé. Me cansé. Pretérito fue una clase muy pesada. Hard one. ¿Ya? Fue una clase muy pesada. Me cansé. ¿Ya? Okay? So, me cansé. ¿Te cansaste? ¿Tú te cansaste? Did you get tired? ¿Te cansaste? ¿Ya? Sí, me cansé. ¿Ya? Okay? So, cansar and cansarse. Great. Let's move to the next column, which is cepillar. Well, cepillar is the same to comb. So, we are not going into that. I'm going to skip that. Now, we have relajar and relajarse. Relajar, to relax someone. Yeah? For ejemplo, la masajista, the masseuse, la masajista relaja a las personas. ¿Ya? La masajista relaja a las personas. ¿Sí? The verb relajar. That's a regular verb. ¿Ya? Now here we have a direct object, which are las señoras. Yeah? La masajista las relaja. Feminine plural, because las señoras is feminine plural. La masajista las relaja. Yeah? Now, relajarse. Yo me relajo. Oh. Yeah? Yo me relajo. Oh. Me relajo después de la clase. ¿Ya? Me relajo después de la clase. ¿Ya? And again, you can use different times. Or the question for you, I can ask you, Leslie, or Fern, or Deborah, ¿cómo te relajas después del trabajo? ¿Duermes? ¿Haces ejercicio? ¿Miras televisión? ¿Cómo te relajas? ¿Ya? ¿Cómo te relajas? What do you do to yourself? ¿Ya? In order for you to get relaxed. ¿Ya? Me relajo. Me relajo cuando veo la televisión. ¿Ya? You do the action, you receive the action. ¿Okay? Me relajo. Me relajo después de una copa de vino. ¿Okay? Great. Next one. Calmar and calmarse. To calm or to calm down. Yeah. Calmar and calmarse. Calmar to somebody. Yeah. Calmar somebody. Por ejemplo, yo calmo a mi esposo cuando se enoja. ¿Sí? Yo calmo a mi esposo. Cálmate. Cálmate. ¿Sí? Now, cálmate is a command. Yeah? And that's a reflexive when in the order. Because I'm asking him, I am not calming him with the action I'm doing. I'm ordering him to calm down himself. Yeah? So, cálmate. But also, I can use that order in order for me to calm him down. You see? Rolando is the name of my husband. So, Rolando, tranquilo, tranquilo. Yeah? Breathe, respira, tranquilo. Yo calmo a mi esposo. ¿Ya? Pero yo me calmo porque no quiero gritar. Me calmo porque no quiero gritar. I don't want to yell, ¿ya? Or to scream. Me calmo, me calmo porque no quiero gritar. You see? Or I can ask you, Leslie, Deborah, or Fern, ¿por qué no te calmas? ¿Por qué no te calmas? ¿Sí? ¿Por qué no te calmas? Tú, calmas tú. ¿Sí? Okay? Great. Next one. Convertir. To convert. And convertirse. To become. ¿Ya? Now, convertir algo. ¿Ya? Por ejemplo, el mago, the magician, el mago convierte un papel en una paloma. ¿Ya? Converts a paper into a bird, I'm sorry, or into a flying thing. Okay? Now, the magician convierte. Yeah? That's convertir. That's an irregular verb. Okay? In the present. El mago convierte. Yeah? And convertirse is to become. It's like the butterfly. Yeah? Convierte. Yeah? Now, it might be part of the nature in the butterfly, but in us, we do things in order to become something. Yeah? Every day we do something different or something that will us different meaning in the figurative way, yeah, somebody better, or better with our skills, yeah, not somebody better but better in our skills, yeah. So me convierto, yeah, we normally use this word for a profession, yeah, me convierto en doctor o quiero convertirme en abogado, yeah, me convierto. Great. Next one, amar and amarse. Yeah? Now here, pay attention with this verb. Amar. Amar, somebody. To love somebody. Yeah? For example, yo amo a mis hijos. Yo amo a mi esposo. Yeah? ¿Tú amas a tu esposo? Sí, amas a tu esposo. Yeah? That's a regular verb in the present tense. Infinitive, right? Amar, to love somebody. But amarse is a reflexive when you talk about yourself. Me amo a mí misma. ¿Sí? Me amo a mí misma. ¿Ya? Me amo a mí misma. ¿Y tú te amas a ti misma? Yeah? Now here, pay attention because it's not an action that we do to ourselves, yeah, but we do actions that give us the feeling that we love ourselves, yeah, and it's not a pure pronominal because amarse is something that happens in us because that pure pronominal does not have another verb like amar. Remember, only the verb amarse would exist if it would be a pronominal, yeah. So amarse is a reflexive. Me amo, te amas, se ama. ¿Ya? Ellos, los muchachos, se aman mucho porque se arreglan, se cuidan. ¿Ya? Se aman. Reflexive. But here, pay attention because here's the confusion. Amarse also is a recíproco. Yeah? Amarse is a recíproco. When you say, you and me love each other. Nos amamos. Mi esposo y yo nos amamos. You see, here you're using the amarse in the reciprocal form because there is one person giving love to another person receiving love and giving love back to the other person. So two people involved giving action to each other. That's a reciprocal. Yeah? Now remember I mentioned that most of the times we use the reciprocal verbs in the nosotros or in ellos or ellas or ustedes. People that not in the singular form. Yeah? Not in the singular form. You can use, there are exceptions, remember I said, right? But normally you cannot use a reciprocal without somebody else receiving or giving. Yeah? Okay? Because an action that is reciproca, the action, is always from here to here and from here to here, both ways. Yeah? So, again, mi esposo y yo nos amamos mucho. That's not reflexive. You see the difference? Nosotros, mi esposo y yo nos amamos. Nosotros nos amamos mucho. That's reciprocal. But if you are here, for example, we all four are talking about loving ourselves. And we end up with the conclusion that we love ourselves. Then we say, nosotros nos amamos mucho. But it doesn't mean that we are saying that we love each other, but that each of us love each other. You know what I mean? We're saying, nosotros nos amamos mucho. Each of us love oneself. Yeah? So here's how you can know the difference. If it's a reciprocal. is a person giving and another receiving and giving back, then it's a reciprocal. Yeah? But don't worry, just remember the reflexive form, me amo a mí misma, yeah? And also the context of the conversation. If we're here again talking about loving each other and all the good things we do for ourselves and how important we are, and we said, yeah, nosotros nos amamos, then we're not saying that we love each other. Even though we can love each other, we're not meaning that. We're meaning that all of us love oneself, love each other themselves. You see? A little bit confusing, but you will get it. Great. Now, portar, to carry, or portarse, to behave. Okay, portar, to carry. I gave you the example of the police. El policía porta pistolas, or porta armas, weapons. Pistolas, guns, armas, weapons. ¿Ya? El policía porta armas. ¿Ya? Las mujeres portamos muchas cosas en la bolsa. ¿Ya? We carry a lot of things in our bag. The women. ¿Ya? Portar, we carry on. ¿Ya? But portarse means to behave. ¿Ya? Reflexive. Me porto bien. Me porto bien. Now here, it can be a little bit confusing again, because you may say, well, what am I doing to myself that I'm behaving? How can be this reflexive? Well, it is. ¿Ya? Me porto bien. ¿Ya? You might be thinking, well, maybe that's a reciprocal. But if you conjugate with nos, with other person, nos portamos bien between each other, we don't say that. It does not exist. There's another form of saying that, but not with the verb portarse. Yeah? So it's a reflexive because we do it. We do the action ourselves, on ourselves, but it has how do you say? It has consequence on other people. Yeah? For example, my kid tells me, Mama, me porté bien con la maestra. I behaved good with the teacher. Yeah, he did it, but the teacher had received the consequence. Yeah, of that behavior. Me porté bien con la maestra. Yeah. Now, or me porté mal. Most of the times it's me porté mal. Yeah? Me porté mal. Yeah. Now we say, when we given a command, pórtate bien. Pórtate bien. You behave. Pórtate bien. Yeah? That's a reflexive. Okay? Now, great. Let me see. Okay, next one. Sentar. Sentar, to sit down, somebody, and sentarse, to sit down oneself. Now, sentar means yo siento a la niña en la mesa, or siento al anciano, the old man, to the table. Yo siento a la niña, or yo siento al anciano. Yeah? Now here, in this sentence, you can use a direct object. I mean a direct pronoun, because we have a direct object, which is la niña. Siento a la niña. Yeah? What am I sitting? La niña. Yeah? La siento. La siento. Yeah? Now, sentarse. Me siento. Me siento. Yeah? I do the action, I receive the action. Me siento. Yeah? Me siento en esta silla. Yeah? Or if you use pretérito, me senté junto a la señora. Yeah? In the pretérito. Me senté junto, close or next, yeah, to the lady. Me senté. Okay? I did the action, I received the action of sentarse. Yeah? Okay? Sentarse. Also in this one the command is siéntate, por favor. Siéntate aquí. Yeah? Siéntate. Siéntate aquí. O ¿quieres sentarte aquí? That's a command. Yeah? In the reflexive form. Great. Now, sentir and sentirse. Here, there's a confusion as well because sentir is something different than sentirse. Yeah? To feel and to feel. But why is different? Because sentir means to feel something. That's not reflexive. That's an irregular verb. Okay? Siento. Siento las manos. ¿Ya? Siento un animal. Uf. ¿Ya? O siento calor. Siento. I feel heat. ¿Ya? Siento calor. You feel physically something. ¿Ya? Now, sentirse is not what you feel, but how you feel. Yeah, you see the difference? Sentir means what you feel, and sentirse, how you feel. For example, me siento cansado. Yeah? Me siento cansado. Or me siento triste. Yeah? Or me siento alegre. ¿Ya? ¿Y tú cómo te sientes? ¿Te sientes bien o te sientes mal? ¿Sí? ¿Cómo te sientes? Now you might be thinking, well, sentirse is something that happens inside of us, right? An emotion, a feeling, yeah? Or a state of being. Why is not a pure pronominal? Well, my understanding again is that it's not a pure pronominal because it has another verb, sentir. Yeah? So it's a reflexive. Yeah? It's not a reciprocal. It's not a converted. Yeah? It's something that happens within us. Yeah? And maybe it's not an action that we do like physically, yeah, but we do things that make us happy or angry or whatever, or make us cansado, yeah. So it's reflexive. Me siento cansado, and again, at least in my understanding, yeah? Me siento cansado. Me siento triste, me siento alegre, me siento enojado o enojada, me siento depresiva, ¿ya? Me siento aburrida. ¿Ya? Now, here the question, like for example, when you go to the doctor, he asks you, señora, ¿qué siente? You see? Listen to the question. Señora, ¿qué siente? What do you feel? And then you will answer, siento dolor de cabeza, siento dolor en mi espalda. ¿Ya? Siento algo en mi estómago. I feel something in my stomach. ¿Ya? ¿Qué siente? What do you feel? Now, if he asks you, señora, ¿cómo se siente? How do you feel yourself? Then you will say, me siento mal. Or me siento bien. ¿Ya? Or me siento muy cansada, doctor. ¿Ya? ¿Ya? You will tell you how you feel emotionally, or how is your state in that moment. Yeah? Okay? So, sentir how? Sentir what? Sentirse, how. Alright? Great. Let's move to the next one. Poner and ponerse. Poner, to put. Ponerse, to wear. To wear. Or to turn. Yeah? I'll explain that. Now, poner, it's an irregular verb in the present tense. Yeah? For example, pongo la bolsa en la mesa. I put my purse on the table. Pongo la bolsa en la mesa. Yeah? Or pongo mi bolsa en la mesa. We usually say la bolsa. Pongo la bolsa en la mesa. Yeah? I put the bag on the table. No reflexive. Yeah? But now, me pongo la chamarra. Me pongo la chamarra. I wear it. I put it on me. Me pongo la chamarra. Or me pongo los lentes. Yeah? Similar to the verb probar. But here's to wear. To wear on you. You're not just you are not just trying on, you're wearing it. Okay? Me pongo los zapatos. Hoy me pongo los zapatos nuevos para la fiesta. Yeah? Today I wear my new shoes for the party. Yeah? Me pongo. Okay? To put on. Now you can use it in the past if you're telling a story or whatever, or in the future. Yeah? Me voy a poner mi vestido nuevo para el fin de semana. Me voy a poner. Yeah? The poner is not conjugated, but voy, it is. Me, yo, voy, yo. A poner. Future. Okay? Now, when we use the verb to turn, yeah, that's in a figurative way. When we say, me pongo rojo, for example, I turn red. Me pongo rojo. Or roja. Yeah, I turn red. But that's not really that we put red, it's just a way of saying that we get embarrassed or that we are shy. Yeah, it's just a way of saying. It's a figurative. We say it's figurativo. Modo figurativo. Yeah? It's not really, we're not doing really the action of putting us red. Yeah? But we're turning red. But not really red. You know, it's just a way of saying. Me pongo rojo. Or me pongo enojado. Yeah? Me pongo. Yeah? I'm turning angry. Me pongo enojado. Or el Señor se puso enojado. Se puso enojado. You see, he's not wearing nothing. Se puso enojado. Yeah, we usually use this verb ponerse to turn, yeah, or to turn with an adjective. Yeah, me puse roja. El Señor se puso enojado. Yeah, and that's how you know if you're using ponerse to wear or ponerse to turn. Yeah, because in one you're using a noun and another you're using an adjective. Okay? For example, Leslie se puso feliz porque va a tener una casa nueva. Leslie turned happy because she's going to have a new house. Yeah? Or, okay, the husband gives flowers to the wife. Mi amiga se puso feliz. Mi amiga se puso feliz. Yeah? You see, feliz, an adjective. Okay? But mi amiga se puso el vestido nuevo. Se puso el vestido nuevo. You see, a noun. Okay? Now, if you have a noun, that it's the direct object, then you can use the direct pronoun. ¿Ya? Mi amiga se lo puso. ¿Qué? El vestido. Mi amiga se lo puso. ¿Sí? Great. Let's move to the next one, which is cambiar. Now here the verb cambiar and cambiarse. Cambiar to change and cambiarse. Yeah? Now, cambiar, to change something. Yeah? For example, el fin de semana voy a cambiar los muebles. Yeah? It can be that I'm replacing or changing the old furniture for new furniture, but also you can say that I'm cambiando, I'm moving or I'm changing the furniture from place. ¿Ya? El fin de semana voy a cambiar los muebles de lugar. El fin de semana voy a cambiar los muebles del lugar o del lugar. ¿Ya? I'm moving the furniture to a different place or in different places, in a different distribution. ¿Ya? So yo cambio algo. ¿Ya? That's a regular verb, cambiar. Now, for example, also yo cambio el billete. Cambio el billete. When we say cambio el billete, the bill, like let's say, voy a cambiar el billete de $100. I'm going to change the $100 bill. Voy a cambiar el billete de $100. Yeah? We're using the verb cambiar. It means we're gonna receive change or smaller bills. Yeah? Cambiar. It's not that we exchange one bill for another. It says we want change. Yeah? And we use the verb cambiar. Yeah? Or voy a cambiar. For example, if you bought shoes and they didn't fit you, you said voy a cambiar los zapatos. Yeah? Voy a cambiar los zapatos. Yeah? Means you're giving the old ones and you're receiving new ones. Yeah? If you bought them in a store. Yeah? Voy a cambiar los zapatos. Okay? Now you can use cambiar in many ways. Yeah? With the same meaning. Voy a cambiar. We also say voy a cambiar de look. Voy a cambiar de look means I'm going to change my look. Yeah? Voy a cambiar de look. Yeah? It means cambiar, to change, no reflexive. Yeah? Now, sorry, it's hot here. Great. Now, if you use the verb cambiarse to change oneself, yeah. Now you can use cambiarse de ropa, for example. Me cambio de ropa. I change my clothes. You use reflexive. Yeah. Me cambio de ropa. Me cambio de ropa. Yeah. I change my clothes. Yeah. Me cambio. Yeah. For example, Leslie, ¿te cambiaste de zapatos? I saw you in the morning with different shoes. And now you have different shoes. ¿Te cambiaste de zapatos? Then you would say yes or no. No, no me cambié los zapatos. You see, no me cambié los zapatos. Pretérito. No me cambié los zapatos. ¿Sí? Yo, cambié, yo. No me cambié los zapatos. Yeah? Here now in this sentence we have a direct pronoun, which are los zapatos. You can use the direct pronoun. Yo no me los cambié. You don't have to repeat. Yeah? No me los cambié. You see? Me cambié. Me cambié. It means me cambié de ropa. But also we use this verb when we move to a new house. Yeah? We say me voy a cambiar de casa. Me voy a cambiar de casa. Yeah? And also, in this action, it's not reflexive, yeah? But we use it. Now, it can be actually a converted verb, cambiarse, in the converted form, yeah? The 4 slice, yeah? The carrot flavor, cambiarse, yeah? Me cambio de casa, because it's not something that you're doing on yourself, yeah? But we use cambiarse in the converted form, to move to a new house or to move from a house. Cambiarse de casa. Me voy a cambiar de casa. I'm going to move to a new house. Me voy a cambiar de casa. Yeah? That's how we use it. Okay? Great. Now the verb cortar and cortarse. Now here cortar means yo corto el papel, for example, or yo corto la tela. I cut the fabric, yeah, or I cut the paper, or I cut, or yo corto el pelo de la niña, yeah. Yo corto el pelo de la niña or de mi hija. I cut the hair, okay, of my child. Yeah, we're using the verb cortar, to cut. Yeah, that's a regular verb in the present. Yo corto el pelo de la niña. Yeah? Now, when you use cortarse, it's reflexive, but here we use it when it's, for example, cortarse, if you cut yourself. Yeah? Even if it's not on purpose or intentionally, you cut yourself. So we say, me corté. Me corté. Yeah? For example, you're cutting the potatoes, right? And, ay, me corté, me corté. Yeah? Something that you're doing on yourself, not on purpose, right? Some people do on purpose. You know, people that are suicidal, they cut themselves. Se cortan las venas, or se cortan. Muchos muchachos, a lot of young people, muchos muchachos se cortan on purpose. ¿Ya? Muchos muchachos se cortan. ¿Ya? Now, cortarse el pelo. Here, we say it different than in English. Cortarse el pelo, to cut the hair. Because, for example, when you're gonna cut your hair, or when you're going to have a haircut, you say, like, you use the verb to have. I'm going to have a haircut, right? Well, we don't say that. We say, me voy a cortar el pelo. We use es in the reflexive form. Yeah? But it's not, you see, why you might be thinking, why it's a reflexive verb if it's if I am not doing the action, right? Well, I don't know. We just say that. Yeah? We just say it. Yeah, we say, me voy a cortar el pelo. It doesn't mean you are cutting your hair. It means you're going to the salon to have a haircut. Yeah. For example, Deborah, mañana me voy a cortar el pelo. ¿Vienes conmigo? Yeah. Mañana me voy a cortar el pelo. ¿Vienes conmigo? You see, I'm telling you that I'm going to the salon to have a haircut. Do you want to come with me? Yeah. Or for example, Fern, ¿cuándo te vas a cortar el pelo? ¿Cuándo? When? Te vas a cortar el pelo. When are you going to have a haircut? Yeah? I'm not asking you that you're going to cut it yourself. I'm asking you when are you going to have a haircut? But we use it in the reflexive form. Yeah? So it's reflexive because it's not converted, because converted means an action that we just do, right? Using the reflexive pronouns. It's not reciprocal because we are not doing to each other. No nos cortamos el pelo between each other, yeah? Or to each other. Yeah? It's not a pure pronominal because it does have another verb. Yeah? Why we say that? I don't know. But we say that. Me voy a cortar el pelo. Yeah? But then pay attention here. When I cut the hair to my son, then I say, le voy a cortar el pelo. You see, here's an exception. because we're using in the me voy a cortar, it is a reflexive. But then le voy a cortar, it's not reflexive. It's just cortar. Yeah, we use the indirect pronoun because we have an indirect object, my son. Yeah, see, le a él voy yo cortar, the action, el pelo. El pelo is the direct object. A mi hijo, yeah, it's the indirect object. So, le voy a cortar el pelo. Now, if we replace el pelo, how would you say it? How would that sentence change? Yes, you're gonna use double substitution. Se lo voy a cortar. If we don't add the direct pronoun, then we just use le. Le voy a cortar el pelo. ¿A quién? A mi hijo. Yeah? But if you replace el pelo with the direct pronoun, then you will use the double substitution. Se lo voy a cortar. Se lo voy a cortar. I'm going to cut the hair to my son. Yeah? Se lo voy a cortar. Double substitution. Take away the direct pronoun, then put the pelo again. Le voy a cortar. What? El pelo. Then you have to say el pelo. Le voy a cortar el pelo. You see? But me voy a cortar el pelo. ¿Te vas a cortar el pelo? ¿Yeah? Fern, Deborah, Leslie y yo nos vamos a cortar el pelo mañana en el salón del centro. ¿Vienes? You see, nos vamos a cortar el pelo. Yeah? It doesn't mean we're cutting the hair. It's not a reciprocal, right? Because it's not that we're going to do it to each other. It means that we're going to have a haircut. But we use it as a reflexive. Why? I don't know. Okay? Great. Well, those are the reflexive pronouns. I hope you have more clarity around this. And again, as you listen, it might get confusing because I'm not showing anything, I'm just talking. But you are now on the level that you understand what I'm saying. You just have to practice. Yeah? And if I'm not clear in the explanations, please let me know your questions. Yeah? Let me know your questions. Because I will answer all your questions, but clarity will emerge when you practice in the real world. Yeah? And when you start listening to what people say. And when I say listening, it's not that you're not a good listener, it's that you pay attention to what they say. Just for a day, or for a week, for how long you want. Just listen to what people are saying. If you're in the supermarket, listen what the cashier says, what the person in the line says. Yeah? Listen. Listen how they use the pronouns. Yeah? And then practice. Practice you. Yeah? That's one way of mastering them. Another way, because remember, you can master intellectually. You can understand intellectually. But then when you go into practice, it might be like you might get panicked. Yeah? Because we speak so fast. And I'm doing this on purpose. I am speaking fast. Well, for two reasons. One, because it's taking too long. But hey, the more explanations I give, well, maybe sometimes the more clear it will be for you. One, because of that. And another one is, well, I forgot what I was going to say. But well, the reason. Because the more clarity, the better. Yeah? So practice. And one thing that you can do again that I mentioned already is that you can practice doing exercises. Just to understand. Yeah? Just to understand the context. And then once you understand, read them out loud, en voz alta. You have to get used to the sound, yeah? You have to get used to the conjugation of the reflexive and to the conjugation of the other form of verbs, yeah? You have to get used to listening to the content or the context, yeah? And practice and read out loud and take a piece of paper and say, okay, yeah, a piece of newspaper, for example, and take an article and write which ones are the direct pronouns here. What is the meaning? Yeah, which ones are the indirect pronouns and what is the meaning? Which ones are the reflexive? Are there any reflexive? Are there any reciprocals? Yeah, and just start to understanding not only intellectually, but it's a feeling. I don't know how to explain this, but this is a feeling as well. When you understand, yeah, when you understand not only in your mind but in your being, yeah. So, and one more thing, and I'm gonna shut up. Me voy a callar. Is that I know you might be thinking, oh my God, now I have to think about the reflexive, the reciprocals, the pure pronominals, and the converted verbs. Oh my God, how I'm gonna know which one are which? Well, don't worry. You do some exercises at home, but when you listen to them, practice. Yeah. Oh, this is a reciprocal. Oh, this is a reflexive. Oh, this is a pure pronominal. Oh, this is a converted. But you practice. Yeah, that's good practice. You know what is what. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you know if they are pronominal or pure pronominal, if they are reflexive, if they are converted, or if they are reciprocal. Just learn what you wanna say, what you mean, and just understand what they want to mean or what they mean. Yeah? If you listen to the context of a sentence, you will understand the meaning. That's the key to communication. It's not so much about the grammar. It's about the meaning. I'm talking about communication with other person. You may, know all the grammar, but you cannot communicate with other people. But if you know how to share the meaning of what you want to say, if you know how to use the verbs, even if you don't know if it's a reciprocal or a reflexive, if you know how to conjugate them, and you know that sentir is what and sentirse is how, then when you say me siento, you don't have to know if it's a reflexive. You're just sharing that how you're feeling. Me siento. Then when somebody else tells you, oh, yo me siento triste, then you know she's telling you she's feeling sad. You see? Well, amigas, that's a lot to learn. But just if you can focus on that, I promise you, if you master the conjugation, but the meaning of what you want to say, and you understand the meaning of what they want to say, I promise, of course, that communication is going to be very, very good with other people that speak Spanish. And it will make the difference from other people that go to schools where they only learn grammatic. Okay? Because school and the real world is very different. Okay? And also, remember that all these expressions we have and the modismos, the slang that we have, we use a lot, but even if it's not grammatically correct, but we use a lot of pronouns in the expressions and in the modismos. Even if they are not grammatically correct, because that's why they are expressions and that's why they are modismos. Yeah? So for now, don't worry about them. Just put your attention on this big cake, especially on the reflexive. Yeah, because even though the reflexive are not all the verbs with the reflexive pronouns, that's how we conjugate all the cakes, all the slices in the cake. All right. Well, with that, me callo la boca. Me callo la boca. Okay? I hope you had a good time. I hope you learned. And if you have questions, please let me know. Nos vemos.